My name's Nathan Prince and my date of birth is 14th of the 3rd, 88.
What effects does depression have on you?
Has plenty, things like low mood, agitation, suicide thoughts, stuff like that.
What kind of things do you think the NHS can improve on?
They need to bring in more people that have actually been through depression into workers' roles, because too many are just learning through books and think they know everything.
How long did it take you to get your diagnosis of depression?
The NHS no longer diagnose any condition anymore, so it's not possible.
Do you feel that there is enough support for people out there with depression? If not, why do you think?
There is, it just takes a long time to get it.
How did you feel when you got told you had depression?
Don't know, I was very young, so I didn't really understand it.
What led you to have depression?
Loads of trauma, early trauma.
What did you do to help yourself with depression?
Plenty of medication.
Does your family and friends support you with your depression?
Not particularly.
My name is Samara Prince, I'm 42 and I was born the 4th of February 1982.
What effects does depression have on you?
Effects?
Yeah.
Bit of everything. Going out, things like that.
What kind of things do you think the NHS can improve on?
More support. More people to help them socialise. They need to stop the waiting lists being too long.
How long did it take you to get diagnosis with depression?
Not long at all, just a few weeks.
Did you feel there was enough support for you out there? If not, why so?
There's certain enough support out there for the type of depression I've got. For other people who have more severe depression, they need more support.
How did you feel when you got your official diagnosis?
Relieved I knew what was wrong with me, and also a little down knowing what it was.
What led you to have depression?
Violent relationships. And not very good friends and being bullied.
What do you do to help yourself with depression?
Being around my family, and I like to do craft work, like doing paintings, cooking and stuff like that to keep my mind decent.
Does your family and friends support you enough?
Yes and no. They do sort of support, but they don't support certain things which, I don't know, because some of them go through the same thing, so.
What effects does depression have on you?
Low moods, not wanting to do anything, dark thoughts, feeling you're not good enough, and yeah, generally that, though it can hit at any time. There's no warning for the low moods. So,
what kind of things do you think the NHS can improve on?
waiting times, taking it seriously, not waiting until people are in crisis before they do something, and more money needs to go into the treatment of depression in general.
How long did it take you to get your diagnosis of depression?
I was first put on antidepressants when I was 16. I was then taken off them. I was then put back on them. And it's only recently, in the last 10 years or so, that I've been on full-time antidepressants. So it took 20 years for an official diagnosis.
Do you feel that there is enough support out there? If not, why?
There isn't enough support out there, and it comes down to money. There isn't enough funding in the NHS, there isn't enough funding towards mental health. It's still seen as a taboo topic, even though it shouldn't be. So yeah, there just isn't enough support for anybody out there.
How did you feel when you got your official diagnosis of depression?
Relieved, actually, that what was going on in my head was real. When I started taking my meds, I felt more controlled, more balanced, more good days than bad days, mood-wise, and just generally felt better.
What led you to have depression?
It was a culmination of things. I got to 16, leading a relatively normal life, and then my health started to go downhill. My shoulder started playing up. I then ended up having to have surgery on that shoulder, and it's just snowballed from there. Every time it's just one thing after another, and it just affected my mood.
What do you do to help yourself with depression?
Obviously, I've got my meds. I've also got an app on my phone called Happy Colour. And if I ever need to distract myself from what's going on in my head, I just use that. Or I will, if I'm feeling tearful, I will just watch the saddest film I can think of and just cry my eyes out. I don't ever try and stifle it. If I'm feeling a certain way, I'll just feel it.
Does your family and friends support you enough?
My family didn't initially. My family their view was, what have you got to be depressed about? Because they didn't understand that it was actually a chemical imbalance. It wasn't a case of just being unhappy. My friends and my husband, they all know, and they are very supportive. My husband is my rock, and he's got depression too, so it's just, we kind of help each other out.
What effects does depression have on you?
Well, depression, I feel depression and anxiety go hand in hand. So with anxiety, a lot of it is overthinking and worrying, and the more you worry and overthink, the more depressed you can get. So it's like a vicious spiral which goes out of hand. I do feel that if you are really depressed more than 2 weeks, then you should seek advice, because a lot of people have off days. But yeah, it's mostly it's exhausting, and you overthink more when you're in that state.
What kind of things do you think the NHS can improve on?
I have thought about this question. There's not enough psychiatrists or counsellors out there, and the way the world is now, and since lockdown, there's a lot more anxiety and a lot more people suffering with depression, but there's less workers, so they need to be promoting people to be counsellors or to be psychologists, so there's more support out there. Be able to reach people to reach out more, not just numbers, but be able to just drop in centres would be good, if you need to, because not everybody wants to talk to a phone face, if you get me. some people want to see face to face to see some empathy. So that would be the biggest thing, having more people they can reach out to, people in the situation.
How long did it take you to get your diagnosis of depression?
Well, not so bad now. With depression, it comes and goes, doesn't it? Like with everybody, it does. It's ups and downs. So mine was almost straight away because it was a long time ago, and then they put me on the wrong meds. But yeah, I know it's. I think I know what you mean. Because to see a psychiatrist, you mean, or a counsellor, or because the doctor puts you on tabs first, isn't it? So probably about 6 months. But that was like 20 odd years ago, so it's longer now for people, isn't it?
Do you feel that there is enough support out there? If not, why?
No, because there's not enough people want to be a psychiatrist or a counsellor now, so because they don't promote it enough, and it doesn't. Counsellors don't pay the greatest, psychiatrists do, but there's not enough people, your generation, not a bad thing, who are going into it, so there's going to be well-being and people to work in the well-being thing to help get those needs met.
How did you feel when you got your official diagnosis of depression?
I suppose it answered questions. We get it tick boxes as if to say it's a stepping stone in the right direction, because you know then what's wrong, so you can work with it. Not everybody is like that. I'm different. But yeah, it was. You know what to work with then. I wondered. I'm just insane.
What led you to have depression?
I won't go into all of it. I'll tell you a little. My eldest daughter was a twin, and her sister passed away in my ex's arms, and it just broke me. That was it. That's as deep as I want to go for that.
What do you do to help yourself with depression?
As I said, I'm older and wiser, I suppose. I'm mindful that if I have it more than 2 weeks, I need to reach out, and there is people I can reach out to. Sometimes you don't want to, and again, it depends how bad it is. I try not to get in the places I've been, and it's more knowing when to reach out. No, that's the best thing to do. Knowing yourself, and when your mind is in a darker place than it should be, it's time you need help.
Do you feel that your family supports you enough?
It's hard to talk to family members. They do, but sometimes, and I don't know if you want to know what it's like, but you're doing this for a reason. Sometimes you don't want people to know how you're feeling, and it's harder to sometimes talk to your friends or family than talk to someone you don't know, because it could be them that's making you feel like that. They do, I suppose, and if I do say something, usually it's like, or if it's again too much, I can just say, I'll leave it be, I don't want to do this today, and they're mindful of that. So I suppose they do, but when you're in that state, you don't feel like anybody's helping you.